Last week, we talked about the four drivers of grain management: temperature, moisture, airflow, and time. But knowing what to monitor is only the beginning. The real question is, what do you do when the data starts changing? That's where the GrainWise management framework comes in. So temperature tells us about the thermal conditions of the grain. Moisture tells us about grain conditions and the drying storage risk. Airflow tells us about the ability to influence that grain environment. And then timing tells us how long the grain has been exposed to those conditions. But none of these numbers by themselves can manage the grain. They give us information. Management happens when we take that information through a process. Let's take a look at the GrainWise management framework. We start with observing what is happening. We observe that temperatures in one area of the bin are increasing, but our immediate action shouldn't be to just go turn the fans on. We need to ask pointed questions. What exactly has changed? Next, we analyze. What does the information actually tell us? We're looking for things like, where is the temperature changing? How much has it changed? How quickly has it changed? Is it isolated or widespread? What are the moisture conditions? What's the weather been doing? How long has it been sitting in the bin? Is there airflow available or have the fans been cycling? This is where data becomes information. Next, we're going to decide what that analysis is telling us we should do. This is the management decision. Maybe the answer is to run aeration, inspect the bin, take another reading, monitor more frequently, investigate other variables. The decision comes after the analysis, but never before. Now we're going to execute on that decision. This is where management becomes physical. So we decided to run the fans, inspect the bin, adjust our monitoring schedule. Maybe we need to move the grain, take samples, whatever the action the situation requires. The last step is verify. Did the action accomplish what we intended? This is the step that is most often missed. We don't just stop with turn the fans on. We need to ask pointed questions. What happened after we turned the fans on? Did the temperature respond? Did the trend stabilize? Did the target area cool? Did the conditions improve? We don't verify, if we don't verify, we don't actually know whether the management action worked. GrainWise isn't about collecting more data just to have more numbers. It's about taking the information you already have and turning it into a better management decision. That's the difference between monitoring grain and managing grain.